Hello, SpartanNerd here, and here's my review of Belualyth. 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 A guy with an aunt named Eulayla. I think Belualyth is probably Belualyth is a name of a similar type, right? Got my Monster Energy. So you know this video is not a deep fake. Alright, so here we go. This is my very first Mythic Legions lady. Now, getting this makes me question, like, why do I want these things? Why did I get Belualyth instead of someone else? There are other ladies, but I didn't get them. Why did I pick this one? And the answer is, I think it's because she had all these pets. So there's that. And, you know, she's a neat design. She was not the most expensive Mythic Legion, but definitely is more deluxe than your regular because she comes with all this stuff. Now, what pets does she have? You got this snake in a cage, this vulture on her arm. I mean, it could be a falcon or an eagle or all kind of things. I don't know. I think vulture. I don't know my bird anatomy. This is described as a chimera. So I thought Cerberus when I saw it. Three-headed dog. But technically, this is a two-headed animal. None of them are a dog. And it has a snake for a tail. So that's kind of, man, you really don't get creepier than this. And I think that gets back to, why did I really want this? Belualyth is super creepy. Alright, so let's go over some details here. So, first of all, the paint and the sculpt on this. If you wonder what I'm using a weapon that's half Mythic Legions, half Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Anyways, the Trident. You can see a lot of paint. There's soft goods right here for her skirt, if you dare call it a skirt, huh? She ain't wearing a dress, really. I mean, it's the same thing that a lot of the male characters have. Let's see, and then there's this belt, and there's lots of bones on the belt. At least three animal skulls, and a hand right there, so that's cool. And this chain. Now you can see that she stands really well. So no issue there. This bird came separate. I mean, all these pieces, she was by herself in there. And here's something else important. In the box, like I was looking at what you get in the box, taking the picture, I never could figure out what this was. I knew it wasn't a belt because she's already wearing a belt. And as a belt, that wouldn't be a very appropriate piece. So, what was it? I thought, is it some kind of harness for this animal? So then I went to the Store Horseman's webpage and started looking at pictures that they had up of her. I still couldn't tell. And then I realized it was the shoulder pauldron. Now, the shoulder pauldrons on most Mythic Legions do not work like this. Like, they're not belts that strap on around it. But there's a good reason for that. So here we go. Let's go ahead and spin her around here, and you can see why. Well, she has this piece of bone that sticks up from her belt so she can carry around that bird cage. I should say snake cage, right? But so she can carry that around. So in the box, like, you could see this piece, but I couldn't tell what it was. Then when I started putting it all together, I realized it was something you hang, and then I was like, oh, it's something you have to hang on the back. Now, truly, you know, I've seen pictures of this at Store Horseman before I got it, because, I mean, why else would I have wanted it? But I had forgotten that you were supposed to attach this to her back and then hang that. So there you go. Now, the problem is, so right out of the box, this was attaching really good to the back, but after 1 or 2 times, it was too loose. And so that gets us back to the shoulder pauldron. This is necessary in order to strap that to her back. So basically, if you can see, as it comes around, it's a strap that has to go across right here, and it holds that on. So is that my favorite design? No. It's still neat. I mean, it's still neat. And look, the Spartan wife has a sticker on her Jeep that says, there's a lot of dogs in here. She likes taking those dogs everywhere she goes. So I can understand Belualyth wanting to take these critters with her wherever she goes. So I totally get it. Some other details. So she don't have this on. You have to put this on her. Basically, that means you have to take her hair off and her head off. She comes with other hands. You probably want to use the gloved hand if she's using this for the bird to sit on. Let's see. The cage. Let me go ahead and get that off. You can see, oh, she's about to fall forward. Oh, no. Okay, fine, whatever. This is a review. First impressions are everything. All right, okay, so you can take the cage off of that, and you can see the snake inside. That's really creepy. And in person, I've seen a real snake skeleton. Now, I mean, I'm talking about the Roper Mountain Science Center over in Greenville. Yeah. But guess what? I've seen one in a house before. That's a story. All right, so basically you have the snake, and you could do this. It's kind of bendy. I probably wouldn't overdo it though on that. So that's the thing. You obviously could use this cage for other things. I did not get the Frankenstein's creature, Frankenstein's monster figure, but I think this cage came with that. I don't know what kind of critter was in there. All right, so the pets. You can't really do anything with that bird except put it on her arm. I have disassembled the snake cage and situated the bird to sit on that branch, but it isn't, I promise you, there's not really a way to connect it reliably. It's on there on a slow moving platform, but that's something they could have done. Like, they could have made it easier to fit on that branch. I mean, because it looks really cool to have a vulture sitting on a branch. If you just want to put the bird in the cage, that piece that goes on Belualyth's arm hangs down too far, so it won't just sit there on that. So here's another thing they could have done. They could have made that platform base differently so that it could fit in there. It just gives you more options. That's all I'm saying. I mean, and as for the snake, I mean, obviously you could wrap it around anything. Just be careful. It's not that rubbery or anything. The chimera, it's a good size piece. I mean, you see, I mean, like compared to Belualyth, it's the size of a German Shepherd kind of thing. So, I mean, Ain't nobody gonna mess with her while that's around, right? It looks like it is a cow skull, maybe. I don't know. It's got fangs. Maybe some kind of tiger skull. I don't know. Tiger skull. And obviously a goat skull. And a viper skull makes up the spine and the tail. It's very, it's articulated. It's not as articulated as some pets in the action figure world. Let me give you an example or two. Just so you can see, this is a movable piece on the tail, the legs, and the heads. And both of them are a ball joint, so you can articulate those and change them. In the box, it is like this. So I guess it could be as flat as it could be. As you can see them in the box. But so that brings us to, also, this leash is permanently attached. I mean, you could probably get it off and get it back on. I won't be doing that. It's the same handle as the flail that, say, Demystros comes with. I'm just saying, okay, since Mythic Legions is a very hyper-articulated line, I guess. Here is the Warthog that came with the Dreadnought. Suddenly I can't remember his name, but I did review the figure. So this is that Warthog, and you can see how very articulated he is. He's got joints everywhere you'd expect there to be a joint, except for, you know, even a like a torso joint, right? And this one is Super 7. It's timber that comes with snake eyes. Pork belly, yabo, and, well, this is pork belly, and this timber. Does the Chimera have a name? The bio that came with Belualyth does not tell us. And so you can see that timber here. He does not have any splay on his back legs. That's why he keeps falling over. This Warthog does, though. Belualyth pet, barely a little bit of splay on the back legs. Front legs, no splay. When I say splay, I mean spread apart. So also there's no, so I'm thinking about Maxilius the Harvester. There was like blood wings. And also inside the skeleton, you could see the lungs were in there. That is not here on this dog thing. It is super creep-tastic. Don't get me wrong. But that is an area the Four Horsemen could have done. Because you can see between the ribs, all you see is the same color plastic as the bones. That could be done with the right artistic Sharpie skills, I guess. Somebody out there, Hub City Geek. Not the SpartanNerd. So every single time, without fail, that I've taken the head off, the neck has also came off. And it's not that easy to separate. In fact, I have not even put on the other head. Which I also don't like the other head. So I mean, say what you will about it. But right now, without a hairdryer, this ain't coming off. So, if you just love to see a head on a lady that doesn't have a nose, then, you know, just be aware. I don't really like this head precisely because of that. It ain't like she's pretty anyway. I mean, she's an obvious ghoul, right? But having a nose at least makes her look better than that, right? This hair swaps out just fine on both figures. So she comes with this bone saw also. Now, this is just horror movie stuff right here. I mean, that's a bone saw with, there goes a warhog, with a bone for a handle. And it has spikes on the backside, serrated edge on the bottom, and razor sharp on the front. So, you know, she can mess somebody up with that. And you can see I have alternate hands put on her. Witchy hands. Alrighty, so now just a little bit more. Let's talk about all the details here. This is my first Mythic Legions lady. So what is different about her than other Mythic Legions? I took off the hair so you can see a little better. I like this belt. It's new and different, and it has this whip on there. It'd be really cool if we could take that whip off. She's called the Beast Master. And so if that could come off, that would be really cool. A really cool thing to do. You know, she's basically, if you take this, I'm not taking it off, but if you take off this cloth piece and this belt, she is the same thing as the Father Christmas Knight. So Mythic Legions would call this a 2.0 figure. The only difference being the upper body. Okay, so that's the only real difference. So basically, she's the same body as the Undead of Vikingfell, which I have right here. I was incorrect. Not true. Because this has bone thighs and bone arms. So, sorry guys. SpartanNerd could be wrong. It's the same as Father Christmas. You say, that's not Father Christmas, SpartanNerd. Well, this is the body for Father Christmas. This underneath the robe. It just provides structure, really. Because basically you get a Santa Claus head and all that robe takes care of the rest of it. So, there are differences here. Like the feet are not the same feet, but you can see there's a lot of similarities, at least in the build of it. Now, what is this? This is Masterverse Revelation Evil-Lyn with the head that doesn't have the tiara on it, or the battle helmet on. All right, so there you go. So basically, if I wanted to make this more feminine Evil-Lyn, then I could just put that head on Belualyth. But I won't be doing that because, you know, I'm keeping Evil-Lyn like she is till Christmas. All right, so there's that. So you can see when you do the hair, you pretty much have to, I mean, they provided a gap in the hair to go around that stand for the bird cage. So you've seen her with Masterverse Evil-Lyn's head. You've seen Undead of Vikingfell. Lady Death from Marvel Legends came with Thanos. Lady Death is a slug, by the way, non-articulated, but is a full-size figure. Marvel Legends is like that, though. At least it used to be. I don't know. I hadn't bought one in a long time. Liliana. This is Funko action figure. Liliana the Veil. It's actually Liliana Vess, I believe. So I found some figure stands to make them stand. Liliana didn't have holes in her feet. Alright, so here is Masterverse New Eternia Evil-Lyn. Someone with a similar cloth piece. Ninian Infantry. Now, I understand that Ninian Infantry is also considered a 2.0 figure, but it's a Snake Man. It should have a more slender build, I guess. I don't know. What about a 1.0? But I believe Gold Knight Legion Builder is a 1.0. So, what is SpartanNerd's rating of Mythic Legions Belualyth? Well, the dumbest thing about his figure is the name. I mean, did Mom say when she was born, she's so pretty, such an angel. Let's name her Belualyth. I don't know about that. Seems kind of sketchy. No, kidding aside, this is a terrific figure. She does fall down every now and then, but let me tell you what you don't know. Is after I took her out of the package, I had her standing up on my desk that has a play mat for magic cards. She was standing on the play mat, and she was on there overnight, didn't fall down all night long. Maybe we had no earthquakes here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. But I'm just saying, when I opened the door to the Nerd Fortress, she was still standing there. So, I mean, she stands solidly enough. So that's the thing. I guess... Okay, so the sculpt is terrific. I mean, Four Horsemen Studios. You don't get better than that. And this paint is spot on. There's no slop anywhere. And the details on this. She comes with more accessories and articulated, good accessories. I mean, that's one of the things I really look for. And these accessories could be used with other figures. So, I mean, yeah. She gets her point for accessories, no problem. I don't have any stupid problems. I guess if there's a stupid problem, it's the problem of getting the neck to separate from the head to put the ugly head on, uglier head. I don't like that head anyway. It's like it looks better off her body. I tell you what it looks good with. That's gonna look good with Monster Energy. She fits right in with that, don't she? You could count that the bird does not remove from the arm piece as a stupid problem. It's a design issue more than anything. It's an opportunity they missed. I don't know how much harder it would have been to make that bird removable from that. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, that's something that it's balancing pretty good on that tree right now, but it is balanced. Like if I barely touched it with a feather, it'd probably fall off. Pretty much you have to take her hand off. Originally I thought you had to take that arm bracer off. Don't try that. I started to do it when I looked at the pictures on the internet. I realized it's just supposed to scoot over her regular bracer. So yeah. So what does she add? Like, she adds another awesome villain lady, is what she adds. And I wouldn't have got her if I didn't think she was awesome. I mean, there's other female figures I could have gotten in Mythic Legions. I just really thought that she came with all those pets. I could connect with that. And then, that she's a zombie. And I have a great collection of skeletons and zombies. She goes right along with those. She fits with the Evil-Lyn and all that. So that's what she adds to my collection. So I give Belualyth a 5 of 5. I don't know what I could mark off on. I mean, I could say that the pets could be a little better articulated. Look how well they're sculpted. you know what? They could have cost a lot more money too. I mean, if this was $48, so, you know, it ain't like she cost that much more than regular Mythic Legions. And she came with all this stuff and that, and you know, they give us more bone pieces and stuff. We can maybe swap the heads off of that Chimera and everything. So 5 of 5. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. Things have been rolling pretty good on SpartanNerd.com blog. Today I got 172 hits. Thank you. Thank you for reading the blog. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out. The YouTube channel is just rolling along. I mean, I will be releasing my album soon. In fact, in a week will be the end of summer. I said this summer, but I don't know if I'll be finished mixing it by the end of the week. I don't know about that. I mixed some today and I was going crazy listening to my own music. So like, subscribe, comment, go read the blog. And if you're reading the blog only, which I don't know why you're hearing me if you are, but if you do, come over here and watch the YouTube video. All right? Hey, thanks.